Hello, all, and welcome to Ed, and Eddy, the Mis-Adventures. I'm joined here with my boy Konasumi.
Hello.
Uh,
Providing some co-commentary for this run.
yeah. Time is going to begin once I press enter to confirm this opening screen here. So, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Alright, yeah, so this is Ed, and Eddy. I mean, there's not much more to it. Ah.
So in this game, there's a total of 6 main levels to go through, and each of them are based off of episodes of the TV show of the same name.
Yeah, it's I don't know, it's pretty innovative in my eyes. I don't know, for some reason my controller is always offset, so I have to take a little bit of time out of my way to do that. So, in this first scan, we're just collecting ice cubes as usual, because we're all really hot. We want to make some snow cones, if I'm correct, something along those lines.
Apparently, I'm really quiet on your end.
Oh.
You can boost my audio in Discord or something.
Huh. I'm trying to figure out how to do that while also continuing the run. That's oof. And I know this game is really strange to run on Windows because of its multiple versions, and with the version that I'm using, if you tab out of the game at all audio is gone until you Control-Alt-Delete. So.
Okay, I increased myself manually, so hopefully this is a little bit better.
Alright, yeah. Everything possibly that could go wrong is happening, so that's just destined for a perfect run.
So yeah, this first scan's heavily influenced by randomness. There's not much you can control about this, like the squirrels or RNG, same with the pigs.
It's pigs, it's pretty much everything. So, I don't know, the IL record for this is unreal, especially with the amount of RNG that's put into it.
Zave, the game audio is very low.
Oof.
I'm being told to tell you.
I'm unsure of what to do. Here, I could boost the audio real quick. The game crashed. This is
Wait, what?
The game crashed.
Did it crash?
The game crashed. This is fantastic news. I'll quickly reopen the game.
Oh I've never seen that before.
It just stopped. All right, that's fantastic. Excuse me as I reopen the game.
Fix the audio before you begin, though.
All right, yeah.
Also, your follower alerts are on.
Ooh, yeah, I should probably turn that off. Okay.
Yeah, if you have a complete file, just begin on that. It doesn't make much of a difference.
Alright, that should increase your volume if I'm correct.
Okay, I should be fine. So yeah, kind of going on what he was talking about the world record for this. If I recall correctly, the world record for this scam is like 1:46.
Of course,
somewhere around
all
there.
Nights, the game just keeps crashing. This is unrealistically strange.
Okay, I'm being told the audio is perfect now.
Okay.
Do you guys quickly want to reset the run, perhaps?
Yeah,
be fine
that'd
with that.
be,
All right, we're
that's-
gonna
I'm
do
cool
that
with
then.
that.
What?
We're gonna restart the run. Just do another countdown of 3, 2, 1, go, and then we'll start the timer again.
Alright, yeah.
But yeah, the PC port is not the best port ever made, as you
No,
could probably
it's,
see.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Okay, so let's try this again. Time will start in 3, 2, 1. Alright, there we go. The game has no audio. Fantastic. Okay, I think I know the problem, at least. When you Control-Alt-Delete, I don't think you can do that in a cutscene. Because if you do that in a cutscene, I think that that triggers the game to crash more often. So as long as I Control-Alt-Delete in what is not a cutscene, I should be fine.
The
Game
reason
audio
this-
there now? Or is it still gone?
Alright, hold on. There we go. It should be back now.
Nice doggy.
Can't confirm.
Yeah.
All right.
Alright, there we
Yeah,
go.
the reason the audio gets kind of weird because the game's never designed to run in a window, and alt-tabbing somehow fixes the audio. But if you run in full screen,
We need more
you
ice.
shouldn't really experience those issues.
Oh yeah, that's the pain of running in Windows. Or in windowed mode.
This game was also released on GameCube, Xbox, and
Oh, yeah.
PS2.
This is a pretty old game.
Okay, Lumpy. Let's try batter Ed on the door and finish it off.
So, as we near the completion of Scam 1 for the second time, you'll finally get to see Scam 2, which is definitely a more interesting area of the game, seeing as majority of it is underwater, or not, excuse me, not underwater, in the sewers. I don't know where underwater came from, but I don't know, there's a lot of small little skips and tricks to it. I'm not sure if I'll be able to showcase many today, because I don't know, if you miss them, then you lose more time than what you could make back. So I think I'm just gonna go to safe way for this.
Scam 2 also introduces clipping into the run. You're able to clip through walls in a variety of ways.
It seems terribly risky and
And
unsanitary.
we do save a
to
bunch
say
of
the
time
least.
utilizing these clips.
Yeah, you'll see a lot of first-person clips, a lot of batter reds. That'll be explained in due time. So in this section, normally you're supposed to
I'm afraid I can't help
activate
with that.
this wheel by jumping up there and then getting all the eggs to go across. But for some reason, if you activate your ability as soon as you get up here, they'll of course they don't move. That's fantastic. They
This is
should
beyond my capabilities.
join you up here and continue with you. There we go.
Funny enough, this is actually not intentional, even though it looks like it should be. You're actually
Yeah.
supposed to like turn a gear to open up to get that platform across.
My, intriguing.
Okay. Alright, thank you.
And every scam in this game has a story attached to it, and a lot of them are taken from the TV show.
Intriguing.
The first level that Zave played, he had to get 5 ice cubes to make snow cones, And in this one, we're trying to get into Jimmy's birthday party, and we have to do that by going through the sewers, which is pretty intriguing, to say the least.
Alright, so in this next... Hello to all those who have recently joined. In this next section, there's a pretty big skip where you send Ed through a wall, but the likeliness of it happening is very small. It's a very reset-heavy section of the game. Luckily enough, it's only 4 to 5 minutes in, so it's not too bad, but it's still I don't know. It's painful to say the least.
Yeah, this clip right here is probably one of the most inconsistent clips in the entire game. And is not very beginner friendly.
Oh yeah.
This should work.
And here you gotta be careful not to be kissed by the Canker Sisters inside the walls.
Yeah, the Canker Sisters can really mess you up with their kisses. It's oof, it's rough.
This should work.
So, the clip I was talking about earlier would skip you completely through all of that and bring you straight here. And utilizing that, people such as Miles and Konosumi here have gotten unrealistically, like, great times for the IL in this.
Be honest, guys! I bet they're loaded with jawbreakers.
Like, if I'm correct, Miles set the IL record for Scam 2. And I believe it was in the 3-minute mark, but I can't be exactly sure.
So now Zave is at the birthday party, and nobody's there except for a trio of people that we'd rather not see.
Yeah, the Canker Sisters. This plays out really strange as well, because all of the Cankers are set up to be kissing you, so you need to kind of defend yourself from their kisses while also hitting beehives onto one of the Canker Sisters.
It is possible to encounter an unlikely bug where you can get 2 Canker Sisters shooting at you at the same time.
Oh yeah,
but
it's terrible.
Yeah, but thankfully it's not as likely on PC as the console versions of the game.
Alright, so next we'll be entering Scam 3, which is a fun scam. It's I don't know. I wouldn't say it's my favorite. I think Scam 5 would be my favorite, at least casually. In the run, you don't get to experience much of it.
Scam 3 is definitely up there because of Kevin.
Oh yeah, the Kevin. Where the legendary shovel chin derives from. Now, strange movement in this game. While in this formation, you actually move faster when you have an item in your hand. So, when you don't have an item with you, you end up, I don't know, moving slower. We're still trying to look and see if it's possible to pick up items, like, while in that formation. I think it'd be pretty cool to. Hopefully we'll be able to find it one day. Who knows? This is a small little time save that I found that I'm not sure why anybody else doesn't do. I guess it's just out of habit, but normally you'd go up there, then use double D to do this, but if you just change the order of operations in which you do that, you can save a small amount of time by not breaking any momentum up here. And of course, I fall off. Fantastic.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I didn't know about that. Now, there's a skip you can do to skip this area that Zave is doing right now, but it's not possible on PC. It's only possible on GameCube.
Oh, well, I guess, kind of. There's Tractor on PC, but that's still very inconsistent. Tractor skip would have enabled me to completely skip that entire section as well. but having to go out of bounds and back in bounds in a strange fashion. Now this over here is skipped. Is found by our boy Papa Fog. Hopefully I can nail this first try. Yeah, there we go. So Fog just found out that you can go past this section and bring all 3 Eds up here when you're not supposed to. It saves, I'm not sure exactly how much, but I would think about 10 to 15 seconds. Here you see a really great example of a batter Ed clip, where instead of playing the can game as we should, we're just going to keep knocking into the wall so that Double D goes through. And we're just going to do some freaky stuff. Whew, alright, there we go. One of the challenges of this game down, getting both of those first try.
You got a real sweet tooth, huh, Plank? They got me, Plank!
Of course, they got me, Plank.
North to Alaska, here I
I'm
go!
afraid I can't
I would
help
love
you
to
with
see
that.
some Plankersies in the chat.
My, intriguing.
Alright, so Eddy has gone to go and eat some flip powder. But, strangely enough,
Nice doggy.
or not flip powder, he went to go eat a jawbreaker. Sadly enough, though, this jawbreaker was covered in flip powder. So he's sick, we don't want any of the kids to see us. And that's just our biggest hope. This section can be played out in 2 different ways. Normally you have to watch this cutscene, right? And it's a pretty long cutscene. I haven't fully timed it out yet, but if you were to purposely die in this section and respawn, it's nearly the same amount of time lost, but one of them may be faster by a few seconds. Alright. Let's see if I can get the timing of this down. Okay. Alright. So we can skip this, go in here, and we are done with Scam 3. And on to Scam 4. It's pretty strange, pretty spooky. I hear something may be wrong with the audio or such. I'm being told to come back. I was unaware that I had left in the first place. There may be something wrong with either my internet or the Discord. I'm assuming it's my connection to Discord. Strange. This section as well, there's another quick clip. Normally you'd have to go through to that back section to activate a switch that would then open this door, but instead we're just gonna shimmy our way into this door or this gate. Hopefully it works out. In our case, it does. We're just gonna switch over to Double D and send everyone else flying through this gate as well. And we have another trick coming up here.
This should work.
Normally you're supposed to play kind of like whack-a-mole with the Jimmy, but instead, you can kind of just get Ed here to phase into the gate and just pop out on the other side. I'm not sure why or how he does it. You know, with that kind of power, you think he would do some good, but nah, they're just scamming around, doing whatever pleases them. As for this next upcoming trick, in the casual of the game, you are supposed to get 4 different power blocks, and connect all 4 of these power blocks to open up a fence. Now, originally found on GameCube, there's AI manipulation where you can get Eddy to just jump over the fence, right?
Intriguing.
But through all the trials and tribulations that we had to go through, we figured out a way to get it moderately consistent on PC. Of course, first time it doesn't work today. Oh man, Scam 4, the real pain. There we go. Alright, so he jumps over the fence, and we continue on to the next section, which includes us fighting Rolf's I'm blanking on his name right now. I can't even... It's sad. Victor, there we go. I also found strange tech where if you just, I guess, walk into Victor as soon as you enter the battle, it'll count as a hit so that you can save a little bit of time. Yeah. Now we just have this kind of auto-scroller section. There's not really much I can do. It's kind of scary to look away from this auto-scroller section at any point, even to read the chat, because, I don't know, you can just, one little misstep and you have to start all the way from the beginning, so, yeah. In this small time, I would just like to say thank you to the entire Ed and Eddy community for existing and for everyone there being cool. I would also like to thank Charity Marathon for allowing me to be on here. Guys, you should definitely donate. Yeah, see some cool speed games done fast. So, our next scam here is Scam 5, which I think personally is the best scam in the game casually. But in the speedrun, we decide who needs this, so we're gonna skip the entire level. Normally you're supposed to go through this entire mansion and get the cankers some gifts so that they'll move away from the saw, but instead you can just kind of jump behind it, and sadly I didn't get it on the first try there. That's alright, you can always come back. This is another critical point of the game. You know, getting the Scam 5 clip can always be really sneaky.
Hello, my friends! Losers!
Of course, it's not gonna work out in our favor, as usual. But what are you gonna do? You just gotta push through it.
Losers!
Gotta be above it. And, yeah. There we go. I would like to thank Flashy, if I'm correct, who found that. I know previously there was a even more complex glitch where you had to go into a wall and be kind of inbounds and out of bounds at the same time. It was really strange.
My jawbreakers! So cold! So lonely!
So here we are on the last scam.
Piece of stupid map!
The scam, longest section of the game. Also, in this is the beloved Spider Egg, killer of runs. So, let's hope that everything works out positively. This can always be a pain. We just gotta push Ed through this fence. You know, I don't know, we see him, we look him up real nice. And we're like, come on, man, just go through. And we skip having to get 3 more power blocks. which is a lot of time saved. It actually was a really interesting time in the community when this trick was found, because initially you had to go through from the other side, and it was like a small % chance of it actually working. I'm not exactly sure when this setup was found, but it's really helped the game grow a lot. It's helped bring times down by unrealistic amounts. Okay. Getting scam sixed. It's hype. Alright. He should be through, seeing as his ear is in. I normally use that as a basis to see if he's through. Hopefully he is. Oh, okay, never mind. I guess he just displaced himself. Ed, you're a strange man. Oh. Oh yeah, there's a lot of history behind this level, especially with soft locks. There have been a lot of things found to Scam 6. Definitely a frustrating level for both the speedrun and the original playthrough. Alright, so we use that to go out of bounds and back into bounds. Now that we're back in bounds, we're gonna skip this small section. And normally what you're supposed to do is deactivate the electricity from this fence. But instead, we're just gonna go for it and hopefully we can grab it. Alright, yeah, there we go. It's very scary because if we die at all, then we are sent back to the beginning. Luckily, we got a great dog spawn, so we took him out early. You know, just a bit of safety.
This should work.
You get closer and closer to the inevitability of Spider Egg.
My. Intriguing.
Yeah, like that right there can be a soft lock. Luckily enough, we did not encounter that. Alright, now we're just gonna book it straight to Spider Egg. Now, you may be wondering if you've never seen this run before, or if never played the game. Spider Egg is a section where we must travel
Intriguing.
in our Tower of Ed formation. He really wants this, Jimmy really wants this to look like a spitting llama for some reason. Not really sure about that, but basically what we must do is travel through this gauntlet
I'm afraid
to
I
reach
can't help
the
you
end
with that.
islands, receive an egg, and then with this egg, bring it all the way back and give it to Jimmy, and he will give us 1/3 of the map piece we are looking for.
This is beyond my capability.
Which, you know, 33% of a map piece, you may think is a decent amount, but for the amount of work that we're putting in, I don't think it's worth it. You know, we can go without the jawbreakers.
Losers.
So, hopefully, we can get through Spider Egg without any complications. If we get knocked off by these swinging tires, or if any rodents just so happen to attack us,
Losers.
because, of course, this is a marathon run, the worst has to happen. We are sent back to the beginning, and that includes all the way at the very last island. It's very misfortunate. Many runs have been lost to Spider Egg. many potential world records have been lost to Spider Egg. Spider Egg in general is just... it's just terrible. Alright, that was very close, I'll admit. I lucked out on there. Gonna be very careful handling this. This is right here. That is a very close move. Luckily enough, I was able to get back from that. But that has happened to many other runners. If I had not gone through and attempted to put all the Eds back together, if I had just walked forward, one of the Eds, if I'm correct, Double D, would have fallen off into the water, and that would have made me start all the way back from the beginning. I learned that the hard way. That is the one and only way to save yourself from having that happen. Just terrible. I'll admit, it's rough. So now, we're finally done with Spider Egg. We're nearing the end of the game. All that is left is our final fight with Victor. And then afterwards, we have to escape the cankers and then defeat them for the last time. So we enter the second section. Normally you're supposed to have all 3 Eds, but I don't know. You can just skip that section by only using Double D. Of course, my Ed game is off. Now, you have to pay a lot of attention to this fight because for some reason this is the only dialogue box in the entire game where it defaults to yes. So once you are complete with this battle, it'll ask you if you want to do it, and it'll default to yes. You have to make sure to press no. So we're entering the final section. All that is left is to escape the evil canker lair and defeat the cankers once and for all.
My,
course.
intriguing.
Just typical Saturday night stuff. This next room, I've experienced a crash in before.
This should work.
Very spooky. Hopefully it doesn't happen. Knowing my luck, there's potential for it too. But I've once bonked right in this corner, and the game just gave up. Game stopped trying.
Intriguing.
I was very confused. I was very scared. I was on a decent run too.
Intriguing. My, intriguing.
My, intriguing
This should
indeed.
work.
Now, we have to go through the gauntlet once more. The very last swinging tire to appear in the game.
Hey, that's pretty good.
My notification sounds are still on. Forgot to turn it off. I apologize for that.
Intriguing.
And now we are left with the final boss, which are all 3 Canker sisters on a podium. Now, the final boss is very rhythmic. It's done in a really nice pattern where if you mess up the flow of how things go, you can really just lose everything. Getting cankered is definitely one of the worst things to happen to anyone in a run.
We're caught in a vortex of impending doom.
It's having something like that can just throw everyone off guard, because now a squirrel's going to spawn, and that can just set everything off. Luckily enough, though, I was able to bounce back from it. Time will be coming up soon. Not on this pillar, but the next, once I hit the 4th pillar. Alright. I would like to thank everyone for watching, for donating, and for just having a good time and letting speedrunning bring the world to a better place. And that's really it. time in 3, 2, there we go. That is time. That has been Ed and Eddy, the Mis-Adventures. There were a lot of complications. Thank you very much for having me. If you would like to join the Ed and Eddy community, feel free to. We're all very inviting. Thank you.
I don't like the implications of this.
Let's get this party started!
Yeah, big thanks to Zave that he's been running this game. Was fun to see, and good job that you did your shoutouts on your own. Everything is fine. So in a couple of minutes, actually, in 7 minutes, we're gonna see a short run by Ace of Spades, and he's gonna play Refund, and I think he's gonna run that at a GDQ as well. So maybe this game is pretty good. I've never heard about it. Gonna see it. It will be an 80% run, and the estimate is just 3 minutes, so it's rarely fairly short. So yeah, we're waiting until we set up everything, and yeah, see you guys in 7 minutes. The next run will start.